you mentioned for your own managing things, and I love the idea that you can say no and then you don't have to worry about it and think what to do with it. We do collect so many things, even in a day, and come recycle time, it's quite shocking at times to see all the plastic.
Yeah.
But the gifts and the different things, I think there is more of a movement to re-gift.
Mm-hmm.
People seem to give books and different things. I appreciate the communal effort.
Totally. And again, being thoughtful of your community, connecting in on the things that a person may want. You're actually thinking about the person,
Yes.
and connecting your own, that, it's like a lovely community
Sure.
gesture.
Yes.
Which is, I think, what we really, in this stressful time, adding this pandemic on.
One of the questions I've heard is about laundry and dish detergent.
Mm-hmm. What I did with the laundry is, I had those great big plastic containers that drove me nuts, those.
Yes.
And I just switched over to the cardboard, actually, the boxes, and some people, for various reasons, that's the thing, they are not able to use those. So those little things, I'm okay to use those things, and by the people who can, do that, kind of that side of it, I think it balances out sort of naturally if we all kind of do our bit, you know what I mean? Because there would be never judgment about anyone ever. That's the thing about all this, is that we're only humans on this planet. We're just doing what we can. It isn't good and bad and better and worse and stuff. We all are doing our little bit. It all balances out, it can get kind of
I'm at the store and I'm you kind of feel
the reality is we're humans, and sometimes we may not feel well, sometimes we don't have the money, sometimes we don't even have the time, and that's not the point about it. People go okay, there's the plastic toothbrushes. If we could switch to the bamboo, that's a great way. Mm-hmm. There's some people who've been switching over their toothpaste to other ways that you're not throwing away the tubes, stuff like that. For me, the whole zero waste has been a reflection upon myself and a creative idea, actually. Difference on the planet, it really does. Though that pressure that it can put on people is too much. It almost, it makes me go no, I almost don't even want to talk about it because of that, because people are at a tough time. Right? I have great faith in the planet, is that, just with us recorrecting like that, and who would have thought that that's how it was going to be, that everybody slows down. And I just Googled it, earlier on about the air, and they're saying the air is much clearer now than it has been. The person who is stressed and has 6 kids, and it's almost it's not. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's
message, you're unburdening yourself.
Trying to. I think the idea would be just to be able to creatively entertain, even one idea of reduce, reuse.
Container that shows up all the time.
Yeah.
Is there a way to put that?
Exactly. That's what you do, actually, is you go through your recycling. That's what's suggested, is to lay out all your recycling and see what it is that's every single month. What are you always using? And is there a way to adapt to something else that'll work, that you can get rid of that stream of plastic, right? That is one way of you read your recycling.
Yes.
Not just throw it in the garbage.
Not just quickly throw it. Yeah, get it out of here.
Well, you know what it's like. I try to put it all in a container and walk.
Jamming it in there. Yeah, totally. I know. About plastic is so durable. How can you reuse it? What can you use it? There, for applications other than, just creative ideas. For instance, my downpipe was broken, and I just needed it just fixed up just for a bit, and plastic worked like a charm, You cut it, roll it up, slide it in, it's my old farmer style of grew up sort of, but thinking that kind of stuff, it's coming back into fashion. What could we do? Like when we look at our stream of garbage or recycling as it's going out, if we look at it with a different eye, we can like ask ourselves like, what is there in there that we could shift a little bit? Like what creative ideas could we have around that we wouldn't have to be dealing with it? The thing I found is actually the refuse part. Like actually realizing that when you're out there, like you can, just with things like, but it's not happening anymore because of the pandemic, because nobody is out in groups handing things to anybody, or that kind of stuff isn't really happening that much anymore, right? But like before, you'd walk in someplace, here's some samples, here's, and it's just like, you can, I without like, and it gives you that time with the person, because they're sometimes shocked when you refuse. That's the big question actually, is like, do I actually need this?
Thank you, Darianne, for a very thought-provoking discussion. And what I loved was that element of healing, both of ourselves and unburdening of excess, as well as evidence that the environment is benefiting as well. So we're all together in this. Thank you again.